things just got way better than planned for the Edmonton Oilers as the depth showed out for the team last night in a few names cementing their spot in the opening night lineup. We will have that covered for you today here on the channel, recapping last night's game and the players that impressed me the most. And hopefully the Oilers management saw the same things too as well last night. I'm not going to take a victory lap. It was a 4-0 shutout win over what seemed to be, the Manitoba Moose, the Jets farm team, but still a preseason win is a win there and a big confidence boost for most of the players, including, the veterans that already have a lock for the team, but just getting themselves settled in to the season there and hopefully get settled in to the channel here by hitting that subscribe button. And 68% of you watching these videos haven't hit that red button down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for any and all Oiler news. Hopefully you stick with us from start to finish this season there, and the Oilers will finally get the job done in the Stanley Cup final. But one thing's for certain, they got the job done last night with a 4-0 win over the Winnipeg Jets. We'll take a look at the scoring summary here. Darnell Nurse with an absolute rocket past the Jets netminder last night. I'm shocked Sportsnet's keeping track of the preseason stats chart here with the second goal of the preseason with the assist from Josh Szymanski and Roby Urventi. Nobody really had a poor game last night, which was fantastic there. And then before the first period commenced, an amazing play by David Tomasek in the Jet zone there, picking the pocket of a Jets defender and finding Josh Szymanski, who got it off his tape just like that at the drop of a hat, making it 2-0 Oilers in the second period. Troy Stecher jumping up into the play and then dropping it back to Noah Phillip for his first of the preseason. An absolute snipe, and then it was pretty much all but over. And then Kasperi Kapanen on the doorstep there, cleaning up the garbage with the assist from Andrew Mangiapane and Brett Kulak there. Szymanski, Phillip, and Tomasek all getting the 3 stars of the game there. It seems to be silhouettes, but a goal and assist from Szymanski, who's really made me eat my words from the end of the Oilers rookie camp, where I thought he should have been a little bit better, but going into the preseason games where you're playing against more guys your size there, he's completely flipped my opinion on him. And then Noah Phillip with a goal and a +1 on the night in 50 minutes time on ice. And David Tomasek, his best game of the preseason there again with that nifty pickpocket and the assist to Szymanski. And again, Calvin Pickard, 21 up, 21 down on the night for him, and it's nice to go into a game where you don't have to worry about the first or second shot going in. No shade to Stuart Skinner at all there, but I'm just giving my opinion on the goaltending as of now. Although I've given it time and time again there, but. No, Phillip, last year I definitely struggled offensively a little bit in the time I was here, and it's always nice when you can do that, but for me, it's definitely a defensive focus, sort of focusing on the two-way play of him, and that usually leads to offense if you're doing that pretty well. Right now, I'm pretty confident with playmaking, just trying to create a little bit on the offensive side as well, but all over, I'm trying to make solid plays and be strong on the puck there. And again, he's probably one of the best Oiler forwards last night, if not the best Oiler forward. And Kris Knoblauch liked the way they were at last night. We were playing at a high pace, and we were skating, we were checking well, and we were on the attack. Obviously, there were some breakdowns, but Picks was solid and has had a solid, great preseason so far, but overall, I was happy with the way the guys played there, and as am I. There are a few, breakdowns there, but, the defensemen were there to clean up whatever garbage was in front of Cal Pickard there. And we'll take a look at the hockey stat chart here. Darnell Nurse at the top of one of these charts here. I've ripped on the guy, but, in all the preseason games he's been in so far, he's been very, very solid there, and hopefully he can take that into the regular season. Next to Jake Waldman, a guy that can sort of settle him down there on the right side, and we can sort of flip the script on, hating Darnell Nurse, and not so much hating on Darnell Nurse, but just because of the salary that he makes, he's under the microscope more than pretty much every other Oiler defenseman except maybe Evan Bouchard. But Darnell Nurse, maybe this is the year where he turns it on every single game, and not just in the regular season, because he's been pretty solid in the regular season the past couple of years. It's just when he turns into a starfish in the Stanley Cup playoffs there. But going down the list here, Szymanski, great game from him last night. Brett Kulak, steady Freddy Brett Kulak. He's always been, not awful, but you can tell he never has awful games. It's just always very, very steady there. And then Troy Stecher, fantastic. David Tomasek, great. I could go on down the list here, but again, very, very solid last night from the Oilers there. There weren't bad games, but just, very quiet games. Didn't really see a whole lot from Matt Savoy or Ike Howard there, but again, they're still young. They are still getting their feet wet in the NHL there. And from Bob Stauffer, solid start tonight from the Oilers. Calvin Pickard, Noah Phillip, another strong performance, supported play defensively, sniped to beauty. Szymanski with the goal and assist, and again, David Tomasic's best game so far in the preseason there. And again, at the hockey, this is the natural stat trick chart. Hudson, I didn't even mention Quinn Hudson yet. Phenomenal game from him last night. Again, he is the most consistent Oiler so far in the Oilers preseason. Roby Arventi, if he can stay healthy, he will be, one of the first names for an Oilers call-up from the Bakersfield Condors. Noah Phillip, I think, has solidified his spot in the fourth-line center role. And then David Tomasic, he's not so much, fit for a center, but I think he would be phenomenal as a winger there. As you can see, not exactly, the strongest Phillip or Tomasic are on the face-off dot there. Phillip going 3 for 7 and Tomasic going 2 for 6. So yeah, there's still room to grow for both of those players, and I'm not worried whatsoever there. Phillip, fourth line center role, that's something that, face-off winning is an art in the NHL. Seems to be the youngsters don't really get a handle on it until, further on down in their career there. So still lots of room to grow, and as you can see, daily faceoff showing the love to Noah Phillip there, slotting him in to that fourth line center role over a guy like Matthias Janmark, and it makes Adam Henrique expendable, even though Henrique does have a no move clause there. So time will tell what the Oilers will do, to create some space here. Their prospects are showing out for them and making it very hard to say, okay, just because this guy has experience, the cheaper options, slot him into the lineup there, and they will be just as good, if not better, for this team. So Noah Phillip, every other fan in the Oilers fan base has clamored for Noah Phillip to be that fourth line center that the Oilers have always needed. Even going back to last year when they, sent him down to the Bakersfield Condors, they were like, why did you send him down? He's a perfect fourth line center role. He could be, even the next coming of, Derek Ryan. Is Derek Ryan and Noah Phillip, both former University of Alberta Golden Bears there. And Noah Phillip, he's doing pretty solid for a guy that took a year off from in 2023-24 and then coming back to the professional game. In 15 games with the Oilers last year, he was solid in every single one of them, 2 assists, and then going back down to Bakersfield and then 19 goals in 55 games there for a guy that's, preaching his two-way play. Those are pretty decent numbers there. And I haven't even, talked about the defensive pairs last night at all. Kulak and Regula, very, very high event last night, 51% Corsi 4 percentage, but again, 15 shot attempts when they are on the ice there. And Regula made a pretty couple solid defensive plays in front of Calvin Pickard. They're cleaning up the mess in front of him there. And then Brown and Dineen, say what you want about Josh Brown, but it wasn't the worst game for him last night. Got involved with a fight there. Didn't win, didn't lose, more of a draw. But Josh Brown, he is destined for the Bakersfield Condors there. And then Nurse and Stetcher, we all saw Nurse and Stetcher put up decent numbers last year together as a pair there. But it'll be Nurse and Wallman. But Nurse, as I mentioned, hopefully he steps up into a more consistent game. And Kris Knoblauch, acknowledging that he's a very difficult player to play against. He covers a lot of ice if he's playing against top offensive players who have speed. He can skate with them if it's a big, powerful, physical power forward. He's got the physicality and strength to play against those guys offensively. He's got the skills to break the puck out, to join the rush, and do those things. So he's got a lot of tools. In tonight's game, I thought he was fantastic. Hopefully, he can build from there, and we may see him in the next Oilers preseason game against the Vancouver Canucks tomorrow night. This one will be on Sportsnet, so it's finally televised there at 6 o'clock Mountain. So lots of things to build off here from this game. As I mentioned, wasn't the strongest Winnipeg Jets team, but that's a type of game for the Oilers, not just the bottom 6 guys, but everyone on this team to go into that game, put up a decent performance there and come out of it and gain that much more confidence there. And that's always a great thing for this Oiler team. Confidence is key. You've heard me say time and time again. But that is it for today's video, folks. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments on Noah Phillip. Do you think he solidified himself into that fourth line center role, or do you think he's better suited somewhere else there? Third line center maybe? Am I getting too ahead of myself? Let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But take care. Have a great rest of your Saturday, folks. I'm Matt.